This is homework set 30, questions 7 through 10. Question 7 says, for the following line, name the slope and the y-intercept, then write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So first up, let's find the slope. Now I'm going to look for 2 points that intercept those grid lines. How about this one here? There's probably more than one, but I see that one. So there's this one, and actually then this one. Yeah, actually, and then this one. But how about if we just use this? So if I go over one, down one, I can get the slope right away. So the slope is going to be, okay, over one, that's not it, over one, all right, to the right one, and then down one. The over goes on the denominator, the down and up goes on the top. So the slope is -1. We write that so it's readable. The slope is -1. And the y-intercept? The y-intercept, actually, it's 0. And now where does it intercept the y-axis? Right here at -1. All right, so there's the y-intercept. And the slope of the line, y equals mx plus b. So how about y equals m, which we think is -1, x plus b, which is also, I'll write it all, -1. But now I'll simplify it. Y equals, how about -x minus 1. Question 8 says that the slope and 1 point on a line are given. All right, so here's the slope. So you have some line. It has slope 2, and that's a point on the line. Find the equation of a line. Now here's what I'm given. I'm given a point and the slope. So what I'm going to do is use the point slope form. Right? I'm given a point and a slope, so use the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And let's label what we have. Now, I've got this point up here. When I look at that left to right, here's what I see. That is the first x I see. In fact, it's the only x I see. And that's the first y I see. So the x1 is going to be this one here, which is -1. And the y1 is going to be this one here. And the slope is right here. So let's just substitute. So we'll get y minus y1. Now, y1, there's y1, it's a 1, equals m, which is 2, x minus x1. Now be careful all the negatives. There's x1, it's -1. Careful those negatives. So let's simplify. Y minus 1 is equal to 2 times x plus 1, multiplied through. So how about y minus 1 is equal to 2x plus 2, and then we'll add the 1, y is equal to 2x plus 3. That's what we're looking for. Question 9 says to find the equation of a line parallel to the graph of this line and that has an x-intercept of -5. All right, so right up front, what I'm going to do is this. When I see this, the x-intercept here is -5. Now, the x-intercept looks like this. It's a point. -5 is the x value. 0 is the y value. Now, it's the x-intercept. So the horizontal is at -5, and the vertical, because it's the x-intercept, is 0. Now, let's use this information here to get the slope. So I'm given that 2x plus 5y equals 10. Let's subtract the 2x. So what I'm looking for is this. Y equals mx plus b, because then I can see the slope. All right, so we'll have this. 5y is equal to -2x plus 10. So y is equal to, now, divide by that. So I'll get -2 over 5x plus, now, 10 divided by 5 is 2. So there is our slope. So now I have the slope and a point. I've got this point here, -5, 0. So I'm going to use the point slope form. Now, before we go any further, just keep in mind that this is not the equation of our line. Right? right? This equation here is not the equation of our line. Our line is parallel to this line. Now, parallel lines have the same slope, so that's why I found the slope. So our line is going to have slope negative 2/5 and pass through this point right here. So we will have point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. So we'll get y minus, now y1, what's the first y? It's 0. I'll label these up here. This is x1, that's y1. So we'll get y minus 0 is equal to m. Now m is negative 2/5 times x minus x1. And x1 is that negative 5. So we'll get y minus 0 is just y equals negative 2/5 times x plus 5. Now multiply through. So we'll get y is equal to negative 2/5 x plus, now what do you get when you multiply here? All right, when you multiply here, the 5's cancel. All right, so the 5's are going to cancel, and I get just negative 2, or how about just y equals negative 2/5 x minus 2. Question 10, these functions are a little bit too small, so I just rewrote them over here. So what we're supposed to do is select a graph of the following piecewise defined function. All right, now I've got two functions here. There is the absolute value function. Okay, the absolute value function we know is that v-shaped function, and the x squared function, that's this parabola. Now here's how I'm going to tell which one's which. You see this absolute value function, that v-shaped? That happens when the v-shaped if x is to the left of 1/2. Right, so I'm going to get the v-shape if I'm to the left of 1/2, and then I get the quadratic shape, the parabola shape, when I'm to the right of 1/2. So I get the v-shape when I'm to the left of 1/2. Now look over at these graphs. Here's 1/2. When I'm to the left, I'm going to rule this one out, right? That's not the v-shape. And then go down, go down. This is possible, right? It's possible here. There's the v-shape to the left. Here's the v-shape to the left, but this one, that is not the v-shape, so I can get rid of those. Now look at this part right here. I'm up here at the top right. You see that less than or equal to? That gives you a closed circle. So the v-shape is going to have a closed circle at 1/2. Now look at these graphs over here. It's going to be one of these. It's going to be this one or this one. Now look at the top one. Here's this. You see what it does here? I'll draw that a little bit bigger. It comes down like this, goes up, and then it has the closed circle. That closed circle is at 1/2. That's got to be it, because the other one, the one below it, comes here and has an open circle. Now, this is going to be less than or equal to 1/2. This would be x is less than 1/2. So we have this one right here. So I'm going to claim that that is the graph that we are looking for. And that finishes all the questions here in homework set 30.